Why are you so afraid of messing up? What is so wrong with making bad art? Seriously, what happens when you make a piece of art that you don't like? Do your parents ground you for a week? Do the art police throw you in jail? Does Professor Umbridge take 50 points from Gryffindor? Really, I want to know what you think happens when, and not if, when you make bad art. Nothing. Literally nothing happens when you make bad art. So, what do you lose when you make bad art? Some time, maybe a few cents in materials, but who cares? You made art. And yes, bad art is still art, it's just bad. I don't know what kind of ridiculously impossible expectations you have with your art, but stop it. Stop putting expectations on your art. Stop putting expectations on yourself. Stop aiming for perfection. There's no such thing. You're making yourself miserable with your expectations and your fear of failure. This piece that you're watching me make right now, I did this live on Monday, and I knew from the start I wasn't gonna like it. That doesn't mean I hated it, but I just knew that there wasn't anything special about it that made me excited to finish it. But I needed to make something for the live, but I also needed to make something for me. I don't always have an idea of what I want to draw or paint. In fact, most of the time, I just have no desire to make anything at all. But forcing myself to make art, any art, at least 3 times a week when I go live, helps. It gets me doodling, it keeps me in practice, and sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes something I don't like or even didn't want to do turns out good. It's rare, but it can happen. Sometimes good art comes out of bad art. But you know what never happens? Good art coming out of no art. You've got to make the bad art, my friend. Now you may be saying, I don't want to waste all that time for a piece of art I'm just gonna hate. First of all, making art is never a waste of time, ever. Making art should be something you love to do. Let's put it this way. Is playing your favorite video game a waste of time? No, you're playing a freaking video game. That's fun. Sure, you want to beat it. Sure, you want to solve the puzzles or level up or defeat the final boss, but you're hopefully having fun along the way, right? I mean, if not, find a better game to play. That's art. If you're not enjoying the process, why are you doing it? You may also be thinking, but art supplies are expensive. I don't want to waste them. And to this I say, poppycock, rubbish, humbug. That, my friend, is a load of baloney. I'm using the most expensive watercolors and paper I can buy right here. Arches paper from France and Winsor & Newton watercolors. The pad is about $15 for 20 sheets of really good watercolor paper. The watercolors are about $8 a tube. The pen is about $3. This painting is costing me maybe $1 in materials. $1. Now, if you're hurting for money, if funds are tight, you're not going to be using paper from France and stuff, are you? No, you buy the cheap stuff and each piece maybe costs you a quarter, maybe a nickel. Art supplies are infinitely more affordable than video games or movies or whatever else that occupies your time. And you know what? They're always making more. So stop portioning out your art supplies. Stop protecting them. Use them. Use them to make bad art. I know, you're all aghast. How dare I suggest that you should waste your precious art materials on, gasp, bad art? Oh, someone get me my fainting chair. Get over it. Art supplies are meant to be used, and your art is gonna be bad. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean you can't practice. This painting that I knew from the start I would never like, it never got better. Nothing good came from it. I even gave it another 90 minutes I knew weren't going to improve it. Why? Because it was fun. It was practice. I was making art. And that's the whole point. You don't have to make good art. You just need to make art. So today, I spent $1 of my art supplies making bad art, and I had fun.